Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas from fascinating sources. Today, we are going on a journey, tracing Elon Musk's grand vision for humanity, a vision that starts with a social media app and ends with the very fabric of our reality. You know, this quote from Musk is the perfect way to kick things off. It really sets the stage for a trip that begins with something we all know, a social media platform, and ends with a truly mind-bending question. Is any of this even real? So where does this massive vision even start? Well, not with a rocket launch, but with something a lot more down to earth. The social media platform we now know as X. Musk's stated reason for buying the platform was really to fix what he saw as a political imbalance. He felt it had drifted way too far to the left, because of its San Francisco roots. So the goal? To build a digital town square that's politically neutral and just follows the laws of whatever country it's in. A place for, as he puts it, maximum truth. Okay, but here's the thing. A global town square? That's not the end game. Not even close. For Musk, it's just the foundation for something way, way more ambitious, connecting all of humanity into a single collective mind. He's picturing a future where technology, stuff like automatic translation, just shatters language barriers. It lets all of us connect and share ideas on a truly global scale. And look, this isn't just about being able to chat with anyone. It's about creating a single, shared human consciousness so we can better understand the universe. To help you get your head around this, he uses this really fascinating analogy. Just think about a single cell. On its own, it's just life. But you combine 30 to 40 trillion of them, and bam, you get a human being. Something that can think and talk and create. Well, Musk sees the human collective as the very next leap on that exact same scale. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? No single person could ever build a spaceship. It takes this huge collection of specialized minds all working together. So, by making the communication between us faster and better, the collective can pull off these incredible feats that are totally impossible for any one person. All right, so if a better connected humanity is one huge leap, what's the next one? Well, according to Musk, it's a technological force that's going to reshape society more radically than anything we have ever seen before. And he's not messing around with his words here. He doesn't see AI as some gradual shift or a gentle wave of change. No, he calls it a supersonic tsunami, a force that will hit us suddenly and just overwhelmingly change what it even means to be human. And this is what he predicts that tsunami will do to our daily lives. He argues that AI is going to advance so fast that within 2 decades, maybe even just 10 or 15 years, having a job won't be a necessity anymore. It'll just be a choice. Something you do because you find it interesting, like a hobby. Yeah, and we're not just talking about robots doing our laundry here. If AI and robotics can create a future of total abundance, where you can get any product or service you can possibly imagine instantly, what does that do to our economic system, which is entirely built on scarcity? And maybe more importantly, how do we find meaning in that world? Okay, let's just follow that logic for a second. What happens to the most fundamental piece of our economy, money, in a world where there's no scarcity and no real need for human labor? So, Musk basically reframes the whole concept of money. He says it's not really a store of value or power. It's just a database, an information system for organizing human work. If you're stranded on a desert island with $1 trillion, that money is completely useless because there's no labor to allocate. So in this future where AI and robots do all the work, our whole system for allocating that work, money, it just becomes obsolete, kind of pointless, right? The only true currency that's left is energy, which is the basic physics-based requirement for getting anything done at all. Okay, just to recap, we've gone from social media to a collective human mind to an AI-driven world where money doesn't matter. Now we get to the most cosmic, the most mind-bending part of this entire vision, the nature of our reality itself. Musk argues that the probability we're living in a simulation is, and I'm quoting him here, pretty high. But, this isn't just some wild guess out of nowhere. There's actually a logical progression that gets him there. His whole argument really comes down to this one simple observation. Just 50 years ago, the absolute peak of video games was Pong. We're talking 2 rectangles in a square. That was it. Now look at today. We have photorealistic, massive online games with millions of people playing at once. So just extrapolate that trend. It seems almost inevitable that we'll eventually create simulations that you literally cannot tell apart from the real world. And here's where it gets really trippy.
If civilization keeps advancing, we're not going to create just one of these perfect simulations. We'll make millions, probably billions of them. So, statistically, what are the odds that we just happen to be in the one single original base reality? The odds become tiny compared to the chances that we're in one of the countless simulated ones.
He finishes with this one last, really provocative idea. Just think about how we play computer games. We get rid of the boring ones and we keep playing the interesting ones, right? Well, what if the universe itself has a kind of selection process that favors the most compelling stories? If that's true, and we really are in a simulation, what does that mean for the path humanity is on?